What should we do to encourage innovation and entrepreneurship? I was in my 4th year in retail before my partner and I ever had lunch together. Just couldn't leave the store without at least one of us there. We had $7 per hour employees equals $17 now, all of them college grads, who simply would not take on more authority. They each saw themselves in a temporary position pending finding their real place in life. They didn't want to know anything or take on any additional responsibility, yet they did frequently want to know why they weren't getting paid more. We had 3 direct competitors within blocks of us. When I bought into the company, the store was firmly in 4th place. By the 4th year, when I could finally dine during store hours with my partner, we were doing as much business as the other 3 put together. We were good, but we were also keenly aware we were not making money. I think our profit in Y4 on $1.4 in sales was $6,000. No raises, no nothing. We'd lost our window washer. When one didn't come along, I finally pulled out the yellow pages. Just then, a funny character walked in my store. I recognized him instantly from his cranberry corduroy bell-bottoms, way out of fashion, as a follower of the Rajneesh movement popular then. He was wearing a white disco shirt with strawberry blonde curls for hair, early 20s, about 5'2". He was toting a grocery sack and proudly showed me the several well-worn and thumbed-through books it contained on the Godhead, on mystic enlightenment, Nirvana, before the Seattle grunge scene, what have you. I waved that aside. What can I do for you? Can I wash your windows? Sure. Can I get paid in advance? Why do you need to get paid in advance? So I can buy the supplies I need. I looked him over. He was just too naive to be using guile on me, so I marched him a few blocks away to the janitorial supply store. I got him the tools of the trade, all top-end stuff: bucket, squeegee, extension pole, gallon of glass cleaner. Dot. He was set. It came to almost $40, so I told him he owed me 2 window washings. He was delighted. He worked at a snail pace, but he was fastidious. Got the job done. I took him to the other 3 merchants on the block, knowing they were missing our old window guy as well, and vouched for his work. He cleared $60 that afternoon plus a complete set of tools. A month later he came in for his paid washing, only he was dressed in a suit and had an associate standing outside the door. It was a tacky, suitish suit, but it let me know instantly that his associate would be handling the work. I gave him a 20 from petty cash and he was off. In the next days and weeks, I began to encounter his associates all over the downtown area, sometimes as many as 3. They worked much faster. He must have been a demanding boss, and I ran the numbers through my head. Even at only $40 grossed an hour per worker, and after paying his workers and for supplies, the guy had to be taking in $400 a day, equals $1,000 now, for himself. That's far more than I was making. And if he had yet other associates working other shopping areas nearby, it could have been a lot more. When I got back to the store, I looked at my $7 per hour college grad employees and shook my head at the realization they hadn't learned anything from school but how to miss opportunities right under their noses. Then the cold chill of dawning reality. What about me? That completely green and naive kid is out earning me, and I fronted him the money. It was time to sit down with my partner for a come to Jesus, or maybe, come to the Godhead meeting. We decided to apply the same principles of leverage to our business. We quit hiring smart kids and started hiring hungry ones. We opened locations from LA to Seattle and staffed them with dependable people. Within 2 years, we were on a $10 million run rate and had already made a couple of $100,000 profit on the year. We then made a disastrous decision to get into downhill skis in what turned out to be a really bad snow year and were, boom, out of business. The problem is never how to get new, innovative thoughts into your mind, but how to get the old ones out. D-Hawk, how big of a deal is creating an innovative culture for your business? I will answer your question by highlighting important principles of 3M culture. As you will see, they certainly do many cool things to encourage innovation and entrepreneurship. They consider this culture a very big deal. Culture. It's probably a word you hear often if you follow blogs on entrepreneurship or read articles on business and management. But what is it exactly? According to Francis Fry and Ann Morris's at Harvard Business Review, culture guides discretionary behavior and it picks up where the employee handbook leaves off. Culture tells us how to respond to an unprecedented service request. It tells us whether to risk telling our bosses about our new ideas, and whether to surface or hide problems. Employees make hundreds of decisions on their own every day, and culture is our guide. Culture tells us what to do when the CEO isn't in the room, which is of course most of the time. The workplace should not be something that people dread every day, should it? Employees should look forward to going to their jobs. In fact, they should have a hard time leaving because they enjoy the challenges, their coworkers, and the atmosphere. Jobs shouldn't provoke stress in employees. While the work may be difficult, the culture shouldn't add to the stress of the work. On the contrary, the culture should be designed to alleviate the work-related stress. This is why culture matters so much. Culture sustains employee enthusiasm and engagement. You want engaged employees because engagement and happiness means more productivity. And when a business is more productive, that means it is working faster, and when it works faster, it can get a leg up on the competition. So it's worth the investment for companies to build and nourish their culture. 3M takes a long-term approach to innovation and new product development process by creating a culture that encourages risk-taking, tolerates mistakes made along the way, and rewards achievement. A culture of innovation means that senior management encourages employees to spend a significant portion of their time on products and research that goes beyond their usual scope of responsibilities.